Hi everyone, Dr. Enrico Dolcecore here from Full Life Chiropractic. Today's topic, building our immune system. Is it even possible? What does that mean, Enrico? Hope you enjoy. Building our immune system. That's one of the hot topics right now, is how do we build our immune system? Again, another misconception that's out there is that we can build and tear down our immunity based on what we eat or say or do, even though there's some validity and studies and research showing that there are people that can fortify their immune system by doing the right things, quote, or the wrong things. There really is no building up or building down of our immunity. All it is fortifying our immunity and making sure our internal environment can adapt to our external environment. And that's really what immunity is. The biggest way to look at this when it comes to immunity, because immunity and health and physiology and human genetics is such above the average person's head. And I mean that in a nice way. When I talk to my patients and I start going into doctor lingo, you realize you lose them quickly, because the stuff that I've learned over the last 20 years took 20 years. And the amount of readings I do, I know some people sit down and read fiction novels and comic books and watch their Netflix and do that stuff. You know, my wife and I, we just read research articles. We're like super nerds, and we're always trying to keep up with all this stuff in different aspects, from psychology to physiology to exercise to nutrition, a lot of nutrition stuff. Just depending what the mood of the day is, we're always keeping up on this stuff and always reading science to make sure we understand. We use science to understand everything else in this world. So when it comes to immunity, you're born with an immune system. The immune system functions on its own. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to think about it or not, it's always working. And the easiest way to change the way we think about immunity is, how well can we adapt to the stresses that are happening from the outside? Kind of sounds like health, doesn't it? The vitality. Our immune system works the same way. Viruses, bacteria, pathogens, diseases, all the things that we think are scary and bad, feast on or proliferate with a compromised immune system. You may have heard of immunocompromised people. That's different. Those are actual conditions where people don't have the buildup of immunity like the rest of us. But you can be sufficient or insufficient in your immunity based on toxicity. I'm going to rewind. Based on toxicity. Now, another big word, toxicity. What does that mean? How do I know if I'm toxic? What does toxic mean? Our body takes in food and nutrients and breaks it down and has to get rid of waste products all the time, whether we think of digestion, whether we talk about extracellular fluid, intracellular fluid, the brain, tissues, organs, everything does this through our circulatory system, our renal system, our lymphatic system, and many others, even our respiratory system. We breathe in oxygen, we have to get rid of CO2 with the waste that's created from there. So we're doing this constantly in our lives, and what immunity works on is toxicity. All the research, when you look at all different diseases, and right now with the big pandemic going around, viruses are under the spotlight and how they work. And even though they work much differently than how bacteria and organisms work, they feast on the same things that all disease, all pathogens, all bacteria, and all viruses work on, is that toxicity. They like cells that are compromised a little bit so they can do their thing, because a non-compromised cell or a vital cell won't allow a virus to do its thing and replicate as easy as a toxic cell. So it's very interesting when we go into this stuff and looking into immunity. It's all about toxicity. So how can you minimize toxins? Of course, drinking water is one great way. Sweating is one of the most efficient ways to push things out of our extracellular fluid, which is a great way too. Then there's nutrition that we want to be looking to pump our cells full of. And this is, I'm assuming we are past the point of talking about eating your vegetables and fruits and getting sunlight and vitamin D. We're taking this to the next level, because I think the world needs this right now in understanding, is that we need to step it up. I'm assuming on a general basis, we all know to get some exercise, eat leafy greens and vegetables, fruits, get vitamin D, clean proteins, I don't think we need to go there. I think what we need to go is to the next level and talk about what do I need to push in to help my body detoxify and get my cells healthier. And now we want to look into liposomal type nutrition. Liposomal meaning that our cells absorb them at a higher efficiency than normal supplements like a multivitamin. Multivitamins, typically through the research, shows that they don't all get into our cells the proper way that they should because they are synthetic. I mean, there's no food on earth that you can eat that has the same equivalent that is found in a multivitamin. So we want to get into liposomal absorption type nutrients, and glutathione is the big player in detoxification. You should always be going through glutathione periods of boosting it and using high doses of it to detoxify. Glucosamine or glutathione every day, the research doesn't have much on it yet, showing that if you take it every day for years, if it plays a big role in immunity. But in toxicity and detoxing, taking high doses of it in short amount of time, like 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, shows that a major flush of inflammation and extracellular and intracellular wastes are actually pumped out of the body very well. And you have to go through the whole cascade to get this stuff out of our body, which is take in more glutathione, exercise, sweat, move, eat healthy, drink a lot of water, eliminate toxins in the meantime. I mean, we know what the toxins are: smoking, caffeine, drinking, all that stuff has to be eliminated during that time to maximize the efficiency of a detox. So different talk for a different day. I have detox videos. You can go back on our Facebook page and scroll through and look at some of the detox videos that you can watch there. But that we want to bring this consciousness to another level. It's going to take people like me and in the medical field to really step up and not feel like we're talking over people's heads anymore, because I think we're all there as a world that we want to know what to do to improve it. So I'm not going to go much longer on this so this video stays short, but watch future videos and we're going to talk about specific things on our health and immune system that can help fortify it and amplify it. Have a great week.